y'all, Suki right now up in the building. Listen to Kick Rock's Wrestling Podcast, back for another rendition of shenanigans and tomfoolery. We got some things going on right now. We got something hot and heavy. I ain't even gonna introduce the fellas. I'm just gonna say the fellas. You know who I got them pulled up. JMC then pulled up. Chef Justin then pulled up. DPJR then pulled up. But I want to get things started. I want to get things started right off the back. Let's get down to brass tacks. There's a State of the Union going on right now. There's something that JMC has got to say because JMC has disrespected a legend, disrespected an icon, disrespected someone that we all hold in high regard. Unless you're talking about JMC's top 10 list, then apparently he don't mean shit. However, all of a sudden the press conference happened. All of a sudden the glitz and the glamour and the lights happened. All of a sudden Las Vegas happened. And all of a sudden he's texting me in the middle of the night talking about, I got to apologize to somebody. Who on earth do you have to apologize to, JMC? Do tell.
Answer the camera. Who the hell you need to talk to? Tell them.
So apparently last week I committed the ultimate faux pas, brother. I committed the cardinal sin, brother. I didn't go against the tribal chief. No, I'm not that foolish. I went against the high chief, the newest member of the board at TKO and Endeavor, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I said, who can't cut a promo anymore? I said, who's past their prime? So now, every 2 minutes on the minute, I will indulge, brother, in the McDonald's chicken nugget because I was the ultimate crybaby last week. I don't know where that came from, Dwayne, but I need a whole lot more. I need a whole lot, hot and heavy. No dipping sauce. I don't deserve it. God damn it.
You don't.
Are you going to redo your damn list?
I can't go back in time and I can't rehash the past, but I can say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I apologize for the sins of my brethren and myself. And I unbelievable. Not what I expected. This is not Hollywood Rock. We'll get to that. This is a new entity, brother. Something the likes of which we have never seen. And now we have a whole lot to speculate on. And I will say this. I love all four men who stole the show at that press conference. The most intriguing person coming out of that press conference to me was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I apologize wholeheartedly. I purchased stock in Under Armour and Project Rock over the weekend. I re-upped my collection. I will be dining on cuisine from McDonald's. I guess I got to shove a couple of them up my ass. Whatever works. I'll do whatever you say, Rock. Yes, absolutely.
I respect when a man and or woman can admit their faux pas when they're wrong. That's the first step to change. That's the first step to growth. I will accept this apology. I will crop this out and send it to Dwayne Johnson and see if he responds and he accepts your apology. But someone forgot. Someone forgot about the icon. Someone forgot about the high chief. Someone forgot about the man that knows how to cook on Know Your Role Boulevard. Someone forgot, but he quickly reminded you what he represents. But it's okay. You got the Project Rock on. You got the Chicken McNuggies. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Ooh. You are forgiven.
However, there was no shtick. He had the intensity. He had the facials. He had the lineage. He brought out the bloodline tree.
PowerPoint presentation.
He had the PowerPoint presentation.
Did a TED Talk last week. He sure did. Guys, he did a TED Talk.
I love Cody Rhodes and I love Seth Rollins. We'll get to how Seth Rollins got his groove back in just a few minutes.
Boy, did he.
Those two gentlemen didn't even look like they belonged on that stage when Dwayne was doing his thing. I'm being dead serious.
Let me tell you something right now. I'm gonna go a step further.
Whoa!
I'm gonna go a step. Yo, DP, I'm gonna go a step further. Let me tell you something, bro. When Dwayne Johnson came out there in one of those, listen, I know it's not politically correct, but one of those beaters on. He came up with one of them beaters. When he came out one of them beaters, let me tell you something.
One of them Cody beaters.
Yo, he made Roman Reigns look like a kid. Yes or no? Yes or no? Did Roman Reigns not look like a child?
You asking me?
Bro, I was like, I said, oh my God, he looks like his little brother. For real.
He did. Hey, why
I was like,
that?
I said, yo, Dwayne came out with some black slacks and a wife beater on and made Roman Reigns look like a child.
And a gold chain looking like Dominic Toretto.
Looking like,
oh, Lord have mercy.
And he came out there and said it's all about family. I go, you
family.
damn right, it's about family. The High Chief has spoken. Roman Reigns, let me tell you something. I could tell my man Roman Reigns had a long night. Don't you ever, listen to me, Joseph Anawai, don't you ever come out to a press conference looking like you just left the gym. He had a long night or something. You need to come out dripping swag goo. This was not the time for the sweatsuit and the jumpsuit. This was not the time for that tomfoolery. You need to come out with a suit on, showing these dudes how it's done. That's what part of it made him look like a little brother. That's part of it. He might have had a long night, but damn it, you ain't allowed to have a long night when you come on a private jet. You ain't allowed to have a long night. Damn it.
Absolutely not.
You need to come out in some custom-made tribal chief drippage. Don't be coming out in no damn jumpsuit as an undisputed universal heavyweight champion of the world. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came out half butt naked and schooled you, baby.
Joseph, don't you ever let these mofos talk to you like this again, because I agree with their ass.
You see what I'm saying? Don't have me come on this damn podcast calling you out your damn name, calling you by your government name, because you come out here looking like a little toddler.
Well, yeah, and then he let The Rock take the inside of the camera too, made him look.
Come on!
Further. And then to add on to that point, he came behind, he looked at Triple H. I told you what you were going to be dealing with. I told you. No, man, you supposed to grab Triple H ass too. I told you I want The Rock, bitch. What you think this is? He a high chief. I slapped the shit out of a high chief. Then he had to put his hands up like Jey Uso. My bad.
Dwayne Johnson came out there looking like he was in his final form, his Samoan final form. And the dude lost weight. Talk about it. He lost weight. How you gonna make somebody look small? And to JMC's point, Cody, he belonged on that stage.
No one's been doing the cooking for 2 years.
The crowd was there live. The crowd was like, ooh, I go, ooh.
Yeah,
hey, what the hell you mean nobody been doing the cooking? You can't just say whatever you want to say and get a ooh. What the hell you mean nobody been doing the cooking? Roman been doing the cooking. What the hell are you talking about? The greatest run, and I hate when people say the modern day era. The greatest run in the history of wrestling is what Roman's on. The greatest run in his modern day era is something cute that people do to try to disqualify themselves from getting criticized by somebody else. No, say it with your chest. That's the best. This is the best championship run ever. Ever. The modern day era. Who's been doing the cooking? Joseph, I don't know why he's been doing the cooking.
Man, The Rock came in and took all the pots, all the pans, all the forks, all the spoons, setting the table.
He said, boy, get your ass out this kitchen. Boy, get your ass out the kitchen.
Oh, y'all. I'm going to show you what I'm really going to do. Damn. They talking too much shit on my name. Put some respect on my name. That's what he out here saying.
And that leads me to the transition of the nuances of Dwayne Johnson's character now. It's I know it's easy to say Hollywood Rock, but he's trying something a little bit funky here. Stay with your boy Mackie on this.
Stay with him now.
He's trying. There's some nuance to the craft here. He's actually, dare I say, Dwayne Johnson is doing some acting right now. He's come up with the character here. This is what I'm going to dub the High Chief character he's pulling up on. He's trying something a little funky here, like reestablishing like the bloodline, taking the bloodline to another level somehow. Chef Justin T, what say you on this version of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Should I call him Chef Dwayne? Is that okay, Chef? From a chef to a chef?
He might be executive chef Dwayne right now because he made the menu concept and he's just passing out what's going to happen next. And I appreciate JMC apologizing to that man because
big facts.
You definitely put some words, on the screen.
Spicy last week. Spicy
on the audio about my guy. And while I got him, top 5, you had him way down in the bottom. So I appreciate you, eating your nuggets dry. You don't
You don't deserve no sauce.
Yeah,
you don't
taking
deserve
your
no
medicine,
sauce.
yeah. But this version of Dwayne, gentlemen, he is taking the concept of his actual job and taking it into storyline times 1,000. And he is basically using his clout and his muscle and who he is and saying that I am that guy. I will always be that guy. I don't care about what you want to do, Cody. I don't care about your fans that cry. I can't wait for that Cody Crybabies t-shirt. I'm getting that.
I think I might buy that.
We all might have to buy that.
The Rock is proving without a shadow of a doubt why he is one of the most electrifying entertainers in the world. And the fact that he's putting everything into this, because JMC's argument was the half-ass chance, no thought into the promos, just doing cookie cutter crowd reaction, crowd chanting stuff. This man came out here. You could see the veins popping. He was beating his chest on Thursday. He looked like he was ready to go. Like he's ready. He's ready to do something. And like you said, when he ran up on H talking about fix this or I will, I was like,
boy,
bro.
Man, I felt scared for Triple H. You know he got a pacemaker. I'm like, damn, Dwayne, don't give him a heart attack on live television with your big ass. Chill out.
I don't. It's so crazy because Sam said it. Like he was walking in front. Roman and Paul are behind this man. Like that's a whole nother level of organization change, a shift change, if you will. Taking that whole PowerPoint where he's the current living high chief and making it a part of the storyline is nuts. And I know we didn't see this coming, and maybe they had this plan all along, but man, it looks great.
Yeah, I don't think they did. I really do think Phil Brooks getting injured derailed a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I really do. They to the point where, because we still might not get Dwayne versus Roman Reigns until next year, or maybe even a SummerSlam. So I still think that might have been the point, because Dwayne's, he's very calculated. He's very shrewd. What he said on First Take carries weight. He said, I like long-term storytelling. That's not 3 months. So he meant something there. So I do believe it was going to be Seth and CM Punk, and then Cody Roman. For goodness sakes, they had Cody win the Royal Rumble. That's something they do plan way ahead. They plan who wins the Royal Rumble way ahead, because they got to figure out how they're going to do it, the spots and things like that. So that was set. I think they were going to do something where Roman and The Rock do something, and something going to come to a head, and then hopefully we'll get to it. So I'm going to have to resign myself to the fact that I might not get Roman and The Rock. I still have not come to grips with that, nor should I, because to me, that's still the match. That's still the match. And any doubt that I had that was the match went away when that man walked on the stage. I'm not joking.
I really think it could be the fallout. I really do think it could be the fallout of WrestleMania is when you get that match. I think he's not going to be here for just one match. I really feel like he's in this for a run. So he might.
That's my point, Chef. That's my point.
Might be here through SummerSlam.
That's my point, and I'm not. If you tell me that, I'm not mad at that. My only concern is him holding up. That's my only concern. If we waste Dwayne Johnson because we want Cody to win, and I don't get that tribal chief, y'all think I'm a man, listen. I will take a whole hour on a podcast and talk about how pissed I am. If this dude blows out something because y'all think you got time, that's the one thing I don't like. That's not how I was raised. That's not how I was brought up. You can't just assume you gonna wake up tomorrow. You can't just assume we gonna.
You get hit by a bus.
Yeah, we can't just assume that you can just. We gonna book this and we gonna book that. We gonna book this and then we're gonna have a culmination of the. I hope so. I hope all of that happens. But if you tell me that's your plan, I'm cool with that. But to Jay's point, off camera, Jay, we're like, then how can Roman or Dwayne take a pin? How? To make that match matter? Seriously, though.
Man.
The only way to do that, in my opinion, is if you're going for a full run to WrestleMania 41, to Chef's point, and you and I talked about it, Evan, the fallout of Roman would have to lose the title. Rock almost has this like, now it's on me to rebuild the bloodline. Thanks. And like every, subtle jab at Roman, to the point where Roman has to almost become a baby face. And
like, it was on you. Yeah, it was on you. You couldn't hold up your end of the bargain. Yada yada yada. That's not bad.
So that's there. If The Rock's going to be on every couple months, he's a member of the board now. Almost, I don't want to say he's becoming the Mr. McMahon type of character, but almost an overbearing authority figure. Sort of maybe an amalgamation of Hollywood Rock with like a Mr. McMahon twist in there, because he's an authority figure. He can throw his weight around and do what he wants. Ultimately, Roman gets tired of it, becomes a baby face. I think that's on the table. I think that could still make the feud worthwhile. But Evan, I think I don't want to speak for you, but I don't want Rock and Roman to be a friendly match bound by blood either. I want it to be a blood feud where they really are trying to go at each other. So
absolutely.
And that's the only reason I got a little bit disappointed. And I do think at some point for the story to make some cohesive sense, I know they had to pivot. We get all that. But in storyline, don't you think we're owed Cody at least saying, Rock, you and I had a conversation and you convinced me. No, you manipulated me into giving you this spot because you said you were the man to take everything from Roman.
That's what he should have said.
But he has to say something at some point. Now, I know on Friday they're all in the same place, so maybe we get that, but Cody hasn't mentioned that. Are we glossing over that?
But to your point, Jay, that's how I know it wasn't planned. That's how I know they freaked out about the fan backlash. That's how I know. Because if anyone thinks they did not pivot, you have to remember one thing Cody said, but not at WrestleMania. That line throws everything out the window. That line throws everything out the window. You can't pivot that. He said, but not at WrestleMania, because it wasn't going to be at WrestleMania. They didn't expect the most dislikes in the history of like them posting something. Samoan Macho Man, the only tribal chief I really do acknowledge because he's the one that pulls up to the pod, says tribal chief versus the new high chief for SummerSlam or WrestleMania. Oh yes, I approve of this. A Samoan smackdown between the chiefs over who's going to run the chief council. Oh yeah, Samoan watch when I'm with you, and I say it before and I say it again. If anybody does listen to this podcast to take some damn ideas, listen. If you ever give me Dwayne Johnson versus Roman Reigns, you need to have tribal combat, no ropes, fire around the ring, every living member flown in to surround the ring. That's the only way to do this match. Lord have mercy. Oh my God! If they do not do that, they will leave so much money on the table. If there's some BS for like ropes, and you have to make it like the most gritty, raw, tribal match of all time. It would be the great, to me, it could be the greatest match in history of wrestling. It could protect The Rock because it could be no holds barred. You could do different things. Listen, Samoan Watchman, coconuts and chief staffs. Oh yeah, let's go, man.
Whoa,
we can keep
it,
bro. I'm telling you, bro. With all the OGs surrounding the ring, even Tamina, even Nia, like the squad, Ava Raine, everybody. Man, it will be one of the greatest moments in the history of wrestling. I'm telling you. So, guys, do me a favor and do that shit, please.
What The Rock say? He goes like this. Put that shit in the camera.
Goosebumps, baby.
And you can
take this idea. You ain't got to give me credit for it. I just want to see it.
We gonna give you damn credit.
We've been talking about
the WWE. We know when you taking our damn ideas.
Listen.
And them other sucker MCs out here listening and taking our shit 2 weeks later.
Them sucker MCs out here listening.
They know who I'm talking to.
So something else happened at the press conference. In less than 20 minutes, they rendered Seth Rollins obsolete. They rendered his title obsolete. They rendered the championship match obsolete. They literally solidified why that is a secondary title. And I don't give a damn when anybody says that was not their intention. That's not what they wanted to do.
Because he was in all the commercials and he was in all the ads, right?
He was in all the ads. And as soon as the chief came out and the high chief came out, then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins was in the back. I just stared at Seth, being like, he looked like a lost little boy. He looked like 50 Goes West out there. He looked like a little mouse trying to find his way. He looked like the brave little toaster. This dude he was lost in the sauce. But then he said, Evan, it's Monday Night Rollins. I go, so what? So what? He goes, oh, Evan, whoa. I'm going to cut the best promo of my illustrious career. I'm going to show the world why I'm one of the greatest in the world. I'm going to validate why Evan Mack says he's Will Ospreay on steroids. I'm going to validate why Evan Mack says he's Will Ospreay and Okada combined. I'm the guy that says that and people scoff and they make noises and they act like I'm off base, but I got 2 eyes and I'm still rocking 20/20 vision, almost coming up on 40. So what I'm trying to say is, I see Ospreay and Okada, and then I see Seth Rollins reinventing himself every 2 to 3 years. I see him cutting promos better than both of those guys could do. If the gun was pointed to their head, they couldn't touch him. And people actually think I'm off base that Seth Rollins is quite possibly top 5 greatest wrestler on planet Earth. Really? So then on Monday, he cuts this promo, the greatest promo of his career, and reestablishes why that is not a secondary title. That is a title in the company. And I was just proud to be a wrestling fan. Seriously.
And that's
that
after,
made me.
And that's after the promo that he did on Punk.
Exactly. And it destroyed that promo. Destroyed it. Because I believe every word he said. I believe every word he said.
I shed a tear.
And it was a beautiful thing. And man, they'll take it away. I got nothing to say.
He reestablished why he might still be the guy to beat Roman. I know DPJ, I know David, I know, but look at that man. I mean, for him to in that promo, for him to have callbacks to when they fought at Royal Rumble, to him have callbacks to the beginning of when they got together, to when they broke up. You know, he's like, I pretty much caused this. All of this is my fault. Like, accepting responsibility. Like, no chance, no sunglasses. Yes, he's still wearing, his wife's clothes, but he came out and he was like, look, Cody, what is your plan, bro? Like, you tried this already. What is you about to do now? It's the same number of people that you're up against. What are you going to do, bro? Like, he's like, and he kept it real with him. He's like, but you know what? You got somebody who could help you, who knows how that man thinks, who knows how he ticks. He's
Should he want his help though?
I listen. Seth Rollins.
What they say about snakes? Once a snake, always a snake. Ain't he the one that turned on Roman in the first place to make him that way? Hey, Cody, tread lightly, baby. Tread lightly.
That's a fair point.
Tread lightly, dog, because
he's the GOAT. Listen, it'd be one of the greatest moments in history of wrestling as well. If Seth's playing like this weird long game and he costs him the title again, I would pop because I don't want Roman Reigns to lose ever. I just don't.
Oh,
I'm sorry. This is another thing that got established. Even though he looked like a little brother out there, I'm not joking. Like I'm not being hyperbolic, man. I had a week to process this. Seriously. Like when Roman Reigns came out to interrupt Seth Rollins, and that man came out with the slow bop, even in a jumpsuit. I swear to you, man. I've not felt like this since like Undertaker. Listen, Roman Reigns.
That man went back to the press conference for a moment.
I'm not. Listen.
Hey, you just stopped mid thought. Like, man, it was a slow bop. It's always a slow bop.
Dude, Roman Reigns, when he comes out, I said, this is the greatest. I said, this is the greatest wrestler of all time, man. I swear, I say it every time. I'm like, and then I quickly like leave the building. And I go, nah, he's not. I do it every time. There has to be a point where I got to stop doing that. I do it every time. I'm like, that's the Rumble, and that music drop. I swear, like a chill goes up my spine. Like I'm on the damn Frighteners with Michael J. Fox. Y'all see that movie before? I'm like, look, I feel like there's a number 9 on my forehead, man. I'm about to get killed. Like, listen, I looked at Heidi. I go, babe, this might be the greatest wrestler I've ever seen. I swear that he just look. He's a superstar, man. I cannot explain it. I cannot explain that.
They do this the right way.
He should never lose, man. I don't want him to lose. If anyone should beat him, it should be Seth.
If they do this the right way.
That's what I'm saying. It should be Seth.
If anybody.
No, I mean,
Yes.
look. Hold on. Let me just get this thought out of my head real quick. It popped in my head, you know.
Go ahead.
You gotta let savants go when shit pop in their head sometimes.
Go ahead.
Eric
They
Clark,
are
what up, boy?
so close to doing their greatest goal, and that's having Roman Reigns the biggest baby face ever.
It's on the table. It's on the table.
And how can you screw him? How can you screw him? That is has still the $5 billion question is how can we turn Roman Reigns a pure baby face? It's almost there because people we say, even myself included, I even forgot about that. We say Cody Rhodes, but if they could get Roman as a babyface, what they wanted to do the whole time, oh my God.
That's always been their plan. That's always been their plan.
Oh my God, and they're right there. So The Rock might have to fuck Roman Reigns on live television. It cost him everything. It cost him everything for him to get what they've always wanted. And he would go down as the unquestioned GOAT if everything goes down that way, because that's the only thing he's missing is a run at the top as a babyface.
Exactly.
That's
my criteria.
The only thing he's missing is a run at
Absolutely
the top
right.
as the babyface.
My only criteria for being the GOAT, you are not the GOAT to me if you cannot prove you can sustain greatness as a babyface. It's so hard to be good. It's so hard. That's why a lot of people think Superman's a boring superhero. There's no edge to him. He does everything by the book. He doesn't do anything wrong. So a lot of people don't feel he's a compelling character. It is very hard to keep people engaged when someone's being a nice guy. Eric Clark going to WrestleMania 40. This is his first one. That's a hell of a first one to go to, Eric Clark. Congratulations, bro. It's an expensive ticket. You're picking the right show to go to. Samoa Watchman, 8 years later, and the Chief's still saying there's no one else. Bars. Belt God said he got a presence. Yeah, that's putting it lightly. But to all you guys' points, y'all making great points. Just Seth Rollins, I don't know where this leaves him. Really quickly, we're going to do predictions and stuff like that for Perth. But do you guys see anybody else besides Drew McIntyre facing Seth Rollins?
I don't think he's defending the title at WrestleMania. I don't think he'll be ready. I think they're really going to do that tag match night one. They're going to do Rock, Roman.
Oh, you don't think it's going to be in Perth for the tag?
It almost can't be. It's almost too big. But go ahead, JMC. I'll go after you. I'm sorry.
I don't think any of those guys can take any pinfalls until WrestleMania.
They can't.
So, and including Seth, who's the only choice to take that pinfall, unfortunately. I could be wrong. Maybe they got something planned, but I didn't even care about that tag match until Seth cut that promo. Now I kind of do. But there has to be a stipulation, or there has to be some stake on the line, like Rock is banned from ringside if Cody and Seth win that match. Otherwise, it's just a match. I don't see any other reason to have it other than to get The Rock ready, to protect The Rock, and to protect Seth's knee or leg or whatever's hurting him. MCU.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm not sure he's hurt.
Maybe he's not anymore. I don't know.
I didn't see a leg brace, and he was
just because
dancing.
you don't have a leg brace doesn't mean you're not hurt.
That injury is weird. It's a weird injury
because they're not doing any physical contact with him.
Absolutely not. He's still recovering. He's still recovering from his injury, but there's certain things you can and can't do on that stupid meniscus. You know what I mean? So to Jay's point, you're right, man. I still might be right about Australia not getting a taste of The Rock. I really might be right about that. I thought when I seen that little teaser they did, I go, oh, maybe Perf's gonna get a little taste of The Rock for a warm up. But maybe they're thinking like me. Maybe like we can't risk not having The Rock be at least at WrestleMania. We might have the Roman double dip as a tag, and then have him face Cody night 2. I was thinking Perth. Do y'all think the Perth thing's off the table? Because I was like, I'm about to do an apology to Australia. Maybe you do get a taste of The Rock.
It's tough to think that he's gonna be in Perth because there's not even a match to be laid yet. We're 10 days outside of Perth. There's nothing with the bloodline there. There's nothing with Cody Rhodes there.
What the hell's on that card? Nothing on that card.
Two chambers. It'll slap, but it's probably going to be like 4 matches. The issue is that, see, it's these damn dirt sheet riders out there. They leak everything because certain people don't have the visas to travel over to Australia. That's why you ain't going to see Gunther. That's why he can't be in the chamber. But if fools wouldn't have leaked that information out, we wouldn't have known it. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. But
it's true though. It's true.
But there's
that matters.
no way to get him there unless like they're giving away Cody versus Drew on free TV next Monday. I mean, are you gonna run it back at the Chamber?
And Gunther versus Jay for free.
Yes. And see, they kind of stooged away the finish. I would have preferred that you had Jay Uso take the title off of Gunther. You could have had like a 3-way between. Hold on, let me finish. No,
I'm not gonna say that. Go ahead.
I get it, but just if you're gonna do it, if this is the only way in the next 2 years you can get a title on Jay, because if you don't do it now, you're gonna
Mania, bro.
Yeah, but Mania, but see, Jimmy Uso might pull up next week to cost his ass the title to set up their Mania match. You heard it here first.
For the title?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But if you take the title off of Gunther, what's he gonna do?
See, this is the issue they're running into. It's not a bad issue. It's just an issue. That's why it's even more paramount to try to make Roman a babyface as soon as you can, because that's the match. It's babyface Roman versus Gunther. Gunther's not going to be a babyface,
right?
Maybe for his career. So that's as soon as he loses that Intercontinental title, he's going to be in the heavyweight championship picture. So you got to clear a whole lot of things out of the way. That's why it's very advantageous for Cody to be the babyface that wins the title. I'm just going to be tight. That's all. Yeah, see, Belt God says this, but I don't like. That's not good enough for me though, Belt God.
Nah, hell no.
Gunther versus Braun Breaker. He is not about that life, bro. He's not. Man. I don't care about. I don't care.
For everybody,
he really did
in the past because
he really did.
Gunther.
That's the WrestleMania match.
Butt ass naked, ain't got nobody to go against.
You know damn well that match was supposed to be Gunther Brock. That was the match, and I'm telling you right now, you put Braun Breaker against Gunther with his little spot monkey.
Evan, stop it!
I get nuts. I'm like he had a couple good spots. He got to learn how to not be scared of that damn microphone first, because he's terrified of that microphone. He terrified.
Yeah,
he be shaking in his boots when that microphone next to him. He be no. You ain't your uncle by any stretch of the imagination. And if your uncle wasn't a knucklehead, he'd be your valet cooking.
Mm-hmm.
That would put Braun Breaker over, by the way. Scott Steiner running amok.
It still can happen. It still can happen because they did bring him back to that table of 3. Him and his dad, man. Rick ain't coming back anytime soon.
No.
But Scott ain't do nothing like that. Scott wasn't tripping out there in public against people trying to be who they are. That's another subject.
That's why he's gonna be on the back burner for a long time. His ass about to get a race like somebody else we know, but that's neither here nor there. Be careful. Easy. Listen,
tranquilo, baby, tranquilo.
Oh, the Belt God thinks Heyman's gonna attach himself to Braun. I guess, man. I told you. What's the world gonna do when the great Paul Heyman calls it quits? That's what everyone always says. Paul Heyman. I go, he can't save these dudes all the time. You got to be good.
Heyman, they think Paul Heyman salt. Just sprinkle a little Paul Heyman on to make it better. No,
it's more than that.
Cesaro.
Exactly.
What do you do for
Curtis
Axel? Curtis Axel.
He was trying to do. He was doing the Lord's work too.
He even kind of attached himself to Ronda Rousey too. Didn't help because that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, he is a great seasoning, but you still got to be the steak for real. You can't be a rotten piece of meat and sprinkle the best seasoning on there. I think it ain't gonna taste good like the 5-star porterhouse. Tell him, chef. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, we ain't supposed to call you chef no more until you make us some food.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot what the hell he calling this dude chef for.
Yeah, I ain't forget.
Justin,
Mr. Tidmore.
I can't speak. Come on, help me put my government out there.
Man, we love you, baby.
Yo, listen.
Prepare it, put it on ice, and send it to you in weeks.
You know, you're a piece of shit when you're taking someone's chef title away when you logistically can't make you food. That's like
we're trying to figure it out. We know one. We ain't his food yet.
The logistics ain't even it's not even conducive to this.
That wasn't even mine though.
I know. I thought about it. I was like, man, he can't even really make me nothing. Like, so,
he said in Philly.
I ain't gonna take away. I did say in Philly. Yeah, Justin. But let's see what we got.
Hold on.
He's always gonna be a chef in my heart.
Do you think there's somebody because
Look a bigger belt guard, yeah.
There might really be somebody in WWE and AEW watching our show because it's little stuff like Seth when he really gets serious. I said take off the sunglasses when it's time to really make your point. He's been doing that.
Say that, yeah.
This little tiny little podcast.
Had one.
This little tiny little podcast that nobody cares about. This little tiny thing that no one cares about. I am telling you, I'm like, you know what? I said if I say that's why I keep on talking about the tribal combat thing. Because then there'll be no doubt.
What if if we just hashtag it and we keep posting with the hashtag tribal combat, maybe they'll do it.
I'm not joking. I'm gonna send a DM to Triple H. I go, please mark my words. It'll be the greatest match in his wrestling history. Greatest match.
Not that bullshit they did they already did with Jay and
you know exactly what I'm talking about. No ropes, like a pit. No ropes.
The enforcer's Haku. Woo!
Oh, God, I wish Umaga was still here. Jacob Fatu pulling up
as he's on the tree. His name's on the tree.
I'm talking about pipe dreams. But listen, sidebar
raw
real
chicken
quick.
Everywhere.
Sidebar. Every now and then I got a sidebar because this cannot be let go. This cannot be let go. This has to be talked about. This is something that I anticipated. This is something that I hope for and dream for and wish for and seem to be right about. That balance is somebody's trying to shift the balance of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And his name is Ryan Reynolds. Because this dude dropped the highest viewed trailer in Marvel history a couple days ago. You know, it's only been Sunday a few days ago. It's at like 400 mil.
Oh my
Deadpool
God.
and Wolverine with the R rating, with the tomfoolery and the shenanigans and the irreverence and the insanity. And it looks flat out sensational. And I do believe that MCU desperately needed this. And I do believe we are here for maybe the greatest Deadpool movie of all time. Shout out to Marvel Jesus.
Oh. Didn't somebody, when I know I was hating last week, but didn't someone try to restore the balance in the DCE universe before? How did that go? I know. Sorry, Chef. I'll call you Chef.
Silent fells over the crowd.
I was gonna say you better go pick up those nuggets again.
I know.
Yeah, you still on nugget duty.
I am. I know. I need to shut
No
them down.
sauce.
Does anybody remember? In case you guys forgot, because you're trying to be healthy, I forgot how damn good these fucking things are.
So good. So
Man,
good.
you should have ate them when they were like 30 degrees, though, a little frozen. You know what I'm saying? Make
No, don't worry. I got a whole.
That was the most light-skinned thing I ever heard.
Just a little harder. Cold, ice cold.
Evan and Pam.
Man, Evan, he said he's punishing himself. He's not supposed to enjoy what he's doing.
I didn't think they'd be good without honey. Or
Got a
ketchup
point there. If he's actually enjoying the nugget. Is it really punishment? I was like, when my parents used to send me to the room. I had all my video games in there. I go, oh, y'all slip. Y'all slip.
Call it light skin. I call it highly intelligent, baby.
Very intelligent. Listen, they like, go to your room. I was like, okay.
Right.
I'm playing Sonic the Hedgehog too.
Thanks. I muted that damn TV. Hey, turn that shit off.
Oh snap! But no, listen. I'm just very excited. Shout out to Ryan Reynolds and Sean
Levi
Levi
man in history.
Bringing back Pyro from the OG movies. Pyro, the original actor that played Eyes. I popped. He's what they call, guys, a crowd pleaser. Ryan Reynolds is a crowd pleaser. He gives you exactly what you want. He's like that part in Hook. He's like that part in Hook when all the food pulls up. He's that part.
Can you dig it?
The DC universe.
No, that's not The Rock's fault. Trust me. But
I'm talking about Green Lantern.
Right, talking about Green Lantern. Even the great Ryan Reynolds could not save.
I like Green Lantern. That's just me.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Low key.
Let me tell you something. Where they went wrong. for whatever reason why they went wrong with I don't know why they made his costume CGI. That was the first
Yeah,
problem.
that was stupid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of faux pas back then.
The villain was bad. The villain was bad. Your villain can't be bad.
Right. Your first villain for Green Lantern, it has to be Sinestro. Like for it to
period, point blank, done.
Is why.
That's it.
No, really.
They teased him at the end like y'all was gonna get a sequel. I said, who told y'all was getting a sequel? You better go for broke.
That's true.
They gonna show Mark Strong. You can't show Mark Strong at the end of the movie like you're gonna be pulling up. Man, I could have told y'all went after them credits. Ross, they ain't getting shit. But shout out to Ryan Reynolds, man, giving him his flowers on this damn podcast because that movie is going to be flat out sensational. Lord have mercy. Somehow
shout out
Hugh
Jackman too.
Oh, the OG, man, coming back, coming out of retirement. One of these days, they're gonna have to replace him, and it's gonna be a disaster unless it's my guy Tom Hardy. If it ain't Tom Hardy, don't pick nobody else. I just want to put that out. If it ain't Edward Tom Hardy, don't do it.
Two questions for the panel.
Reconsider.
Will this outgross either of the big two Avengers films?
Never.
And
absolutely not.
Are they taking elements from Deadpool kills the Marvel universe? Is he going to go through the timeline and eradicate the Fox X-Men?
He's going to troll Disney the whole movie, which is what I was hoping for. And he's going to troll him the whole movie. He's going to try to right some wrongs, but nothing will ever beat Endgame. No Marvel movie will ever beat Endgame
at the box office.
Ever.
I
think it's almost at 2 billion. It's never going to be beaten.
Infinity War is my favorite movie ever.
And if it gets close, they're going to release it again.
It will easily.
They'll release it again.
That they put out.
Bring them back 20 years later.
It'll be better than Thor. It'll be better than Doctor Strange. It'll be better than Spider-Man's. It'll be because he brings in multiple audiences, right? Like for the people. For the people who liked him prior to being a superhero, they watched the movie. For the people who watch him for the kid movies that he does, like that video game movie or
Free Guy. It's just not bad, man.
Free Guy, right?
I love Free Guy.
Yeah. For the people who are into him buying Wrexham, they're gonna come watch the movie because he's the owner of the football club.
Checks boxes, bro.
He's gonna bring in so many people that movie is gonna do better than everything except for those two movies. In order
for Deadpool 3 to beat Avengers Endgame, it will have to gross more than $2,799,439,100.
I mean, the first two Deadpools did amazing in the box office. He's got to beat his first two movies.
Exactly right. Belt God says Avengers vs. X-Men Secret Wars can keyword be bigger than Endgame. Belt God, I can't tell you how wrong you are about that, sir. They need all the actors. It's the actors, bro.
Evan's an expert. Let him know.
No, he knows his stuff too, but he's wrong about the box office stuff. I'm good at box office stuff. The reason why Secret Wars will never be bigger than Endgame is because of who's in it and who's not in it.
What if they bring
I read your articles, Daddy? Yes, I do.
Endgame was built.
Smoking.
Endgame was built since 2008. Marvel does not have the steam to do that anymore. They don't. They're running on fumes. They're running on fumes. I'm telling you, they're running on fumes. They just don't know it yet. They're running on fumes. The movies don't hit the same because the people they're choosing to make the movies and the movies that they're making. Endgame is an anomaly. You tell me everyone could be in it, but you got to get them though, Belga. You got to get Tony back. You got to get Cap back. You're saying something. They got to do it though.
Yeah,
they got to bring everybody else back, and I still don't think it would be because the build, brother.
You got to. There wouldn't be the emotional stakes that were there that were built into
that build. Ooh, that was. You want to talk about long? You want to talk about crockpot booking?
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, man. Invested, man. You've been around so long, and then DC. That's the main thing that they struggled with was actually building an attachment to the character because they switched.
We'll revisit this, Belgard. We'll revisit this.
They kept switching actors. Like for Batman, they did it ever so often. For other movies, they did it ever so often. In Marvel, they did a repeated amount of movies with the same individual, so you instantly build an attachment to the character.
They had a plan.
What happens to the arc of that character? Like you said, they have a plan. DC didn't have a plan like they did, and you can tell because their plan was poorly executed. So,
as far as DC goes, bro, I don't think they needed to do what Marvel did. They didn't have to copy the blueprint. Your job is to make great films. Period. Don't get caught up in Jon Favreau's master plan. That was like I said, there's a reason why they haven't done it ever since. The reason why you can't duplicate this. Belgod thinks they can. They can't though. They already lost Kang. They already lost him. They're gonna do a weird. They're already behind the 8 ball. Fantastic Four has to be perfect. Pedro Pascal, I know people like him, but him as Reed Richards to me is like But so like,
and if it ain't Galactus, I don't want to see it
at all. Not a purple cloud Galactus either.
No, Galactus. I'm sorry, guys. You want to make a thing about cartoons and comics, but that's what the character is. He ain't a damn cloud. He a giant entity.
Brother.
That's what he is. That's what he is.
Planet
so if
Eden.
you're not, they are so far behind the 8 ball. People don't understand how perfect they have to get to Secret Wars and how perfect. Yeah, you could. And Doom better be fish grease too.
Yep,
fish grease.
It not be like
because if the reports are true, I'm hearing they're gonna make Silver Surfer a woman. They can't top Endgame, bro, because of this bullshit.
Right.
What
you watch, dude? I can show you the quote from an executive. He was like, "Don't be surprised if Silver Surfer is a woman." I go, "Why though? What? For what reason?
To appear progressive and no other reason."
Like I'll say it before and I'll say it again.
Audiences.
People don't understand. Everyone always looks for the next thing to top things. Bill God is looking for something to top Endgame. You have to understand something. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's almost $3 billion. Almost $3 billion.
What did No Way Home gross with all three of the
$1 billion, over $1 billion.
So like not even close to remotely close.
But I know for a fact they got $1 billion because it touched every nostalgic bone. Every nostalgic bone. 1.9, almost $2 billion.
Yeah.
And think about that. That's still almost $1 billion away from Endgame.
So you're probably chasing No Way Home more than
you're chasing No Way Home. You're chasing No Way Home
because that's a nostalgia grab that you didn't even promote. You had to actively promote that they were not in the movie. You know what I mean? Because they had to lie to people and tell them they're not in it. And then people on the backhand found out. They found out, got spoiled, and they pulled up again. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever didn't crack $1 billion. You see what they're up against? I thought that movie was better than people said it was.
But that's what they're up against. The nostalgia of Chadwick Boseman passing away couldn't crack $1 billion. They're in trouble, man. They're in trouble. Not money wise, but just mystique. They're losing their mystique.
I still don't know how she survived that spear basically through her heart, but
she didn't.
Okay.
We will revisit all of this, though. I just wanted to give Ryan Reynolds some flowers. Don't get me started on this, though. Check this out.
Did you guys like Black Panther 2, or am I the only one?
I like Namor. I didn't really like. I didn't really like the film that much. No, I liked the
good.
I cried when they showed Chadwick Boseman in the beginning, though. I did single tear dropped on my face. Woo! I was like, why y'all do that to me? Why y'all do that to me right there?
Bro, I'm like, I'm going.
I thought
Namor was the best part of that movie.
Best part of the movie, by far.
Who was?
By far. Cool Khan.
Oh, yeah. I thought Angela Bassett was great.
She got Oscar nominated for one scene.
That's real. Yeah, she wasn't in as much.
Oh, and she won the Oscar. She won the Oscar for one scene. She stole the show.
That's a hell of a scene.
It is.
Oh, it's the best scene in the movie by far. She put her whole heart into that scene. Well, let's. I'm just very happy about it. July. I'm like, damn, I got to live till July. All right, man, let's go, Sean Levy. Let's do it, baby. Deadpool 3. And by the way, and you see in the trailer, that's a swan song. By the way, that's it. See, because Ryan Reynolds can't take it because of the tomfoolery. Think about it. He's done. If you watch the trailer, it said every ending. I go, we're done. He's done because he's probably in those meetings being like, no. Nope. I'm gonna take my ball and go home.
He's a guy that he needs autonomy. We know this about him, and he's a genius, and he's like the most likable guy ever.
There's certain people you can't control or should not be able to control. For example, that's why Tom Holland's staying with Sony because he don't like what they're doing over there as well. He's like, y'all can't get me. Y'all can't get me. No. I'm over here with Sony. I'm over here.
Over here, baby.
I'm on a rental, baby. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's hope the MCU balance gets restored because Lord knows they need it. Moving on back to wrestling. JMC put down, does anyone still care about Sami Zayn?
Damn.
Does anyone
Hit
care?
him hard, James.
I didn't write this down. That
Why
was the
you
question
gotta
he
kill
put
a
on.
gnat with a sledgehammer?
I posed
He
a
asked the question.
That was a harsh ass question.
So
I
are you
don't-
saying in terms of like him not having a story for WrestleMania or just
Yes,
in
sir.
general?
Yes, sir. But, that is the primary reason for me asking. And then also, you can go in general if you want as well. I just remember that this year, last time at this very time last year, everyone was clamoring that he's the guy. He's the one. They buried Sammy. They ruined Sammy. He was the guy. He should have done it. And here, but 1 year later, they did the same thing with Cody, but Cody's still popular. I'm like, Sammy, where are you at? He headlined WrestleMania. He had his moment with his best friend. He got to do the Johnny Knoxville thing the year before, which I thought was a better match than people give it credit for.
So good.
Hell of a match.
KO got his moment with Austin, so it's not like he's been buried, in my opinion. That's just the cyclical nature of the wrestling business. So now when I see Sammy come down, I don't see the pageantry, I don't see the fanfare, and so I'm like, was he the guy, or are you guys are you marks always prisoners of the moment? So
It's that part, by the way.
I'll ask the experts here. Do any of you care if he's at WrestleMania or not? Now, Drew doesn't have a match yet. If Drew doesn't make it onto the show, I'll be very pissed because I think Drew's doing the best work of his life. But if Sammy's not there, I might not even notice. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I really wouldn't even miss him this year if he wasn't.
Damn.
It's unfortunate, and that's not his fault. It's just injuries. The fact that he can't win a match. The fact that after he left the bloodline, he didn't.
We'll talk about that in a minute, Bill.
Any type of storyline to lead him into anything. They just throw him in a tag team match with Kevin Owens, or a tag team with Kevin Owens. They did main event WrestleMania, but at the end of the day, it was just a crescendo that wasn't a good ending to a storyline in WrestleMania on that side. You could say it was, but it really wasn't because it left both of them dead in the water. No one gives two shits about Kevin Owens right now. No one gives two shits about Sami Zayn. Both of them dead in the water, irrelevant. And those are facts. Those are facts.
Purdy?
No, yeah, something like that. Something like that. Tell him to win a match, then it'll be relevant. It's the truth. It's the truth. And I didn't get to get this off of my chest about Seth Rollins, but the best thing I can say about Seth Rollins is they gave that man absolutely nothing. They buried him more than anybody, and the dude just keeps coming back stronger than ever. It's amazing. And that's the best compliment I can give him. Now, he's not always my cup of tea, but it doesn't change the fact that he's phenomenal. He's the best bell-to-bell wrestler in the world.
And you still think he won't beat Roman. And you still got the nerve to say that he won't beat Roman.
Absolutely not. You want me to say, hey, let me get a little deeper. Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. I don't think so.
He changed the bass in his voice. He went from a tenor to a baritone.
I don't believe that. Now, if they did it, I just don't see the
only person
anymore.
Roman has not beaten
ever.
Yeah,
And they bring it up a lot.
He's not beating him clean.
Hey, you tell me how he looked in that press conference.
Like a little boy.
Brave
little toaster.
That should tell you everything you need to know.
I'm past that point.
He looked like the brave little toaster, but you can't say presser because Monday happened. That's it.
It did happen, but that was but see the problem I have with this shit with this dude. Let me get into again the brass tacks.
All right.
Because it was an A+ promo, but how in the hell are you gonna sit here and cape up for a dude that said you ain't good enough to see me at WrestleMania? How in the hell do you let that happen? And then you gonna stand up to this man like he just ain't tell you what shit? Like he didn't tell you ain't Roman Reigns. I don't want you. You ain't got what I got. My story doesn't involve your weak ass. He might as well have told him that. That's essentially what he said. He told him twice.
Damn.
He told him twice, and then he's like, oh, don't push on Cody. Please don't push on Cody.
Damn.
You ain't shit, bro. You ain't shit. And then, hey, he's like, how y'all gonna have me looking like this minuscule little boy in the corner? Then at Monday, he did bring it back.
You damn Skippy.
Where he needed to be because he is fucking special. That is what he is. But here's the thing: he ain't Roman Reigns.
Wait a minute. Did you literally drop the microphone?
Yeah.
This dude, listen, for people listening at home, this Negro dropped the mic for real, for real. Listen.
Did I lie?
Listen, PA Dub said they are all victims of being in Roman's reign, and then they ruined the belt that was supposed to give the rest of them clout. He said to Sammy was last year's fashion. Then he said something I don't quite agree with. LA Knight is 2 more months away from that same level. I do believe you're underestimating that swell of LA Knight, man.
Man,
I do believe because the belt god he's had a stick up his ass about LA Knight for a while. He will not let this go until he's right about this. He will not let this go. LA Knight is not Sami Zayn. He's just not. He's not. His every time I'm about to agree with you on that, belt god, something happens, man. Something happens where the crowd just keeps pushing him. They just keep pushing and they keep getting behind him. The crowd. For example, Royal Rumble Tampa. I was there. You know when it's usually the woo chants. That's what you usually get when you're at a wrestling event. It's Ric Flair. And then when it was Daniel Bryan, it was the yes chant. You know what it is now when people are waiting in line? What do you think it is?
Yeah.
Yep. It is.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about then after the show's over, it's that. When I was in the restaurants, it was that. When I was downtown, it was that. What I'm trying to say is there's no Sammy chants like that. I'm just saying they're doing it before shows, during shows, after shows, away from wrestling arenas, in the hotel. I'm just saying, listen, but you can say that about a lot. He said all they're doing saying yes because it's fun. Hell, they'll say thank you too. Yeah, I know, but but isn't Seth Rollins more than a chant? Sometimes you say no sometimes, Bill God, but I can't condemn a wrestler for getting something over. I can't. Like, as much as I think Daniel Bryan is just okay, people freak out when I say that, like he's literally like Jesus or something. You act like he actually is Shawn Michaels. He just got trained by him. So when I go, he's okay, then the yes movement got him over. I can't condemn him for finding a way, organically finding a way. I can't condemn Seth Rollins for doing whoa, 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 because to me, every version of Seth Rollins has been special. To me, I can't fault Randy Orton for being his finishing move being more famous than him. So how can I fault LA Knight for getting something over though, Belgod? How can I do that?
You can't. The dude's dripping in machismo. He's dripping in charisma. And the dude's out there, top 5 promo in the business.
No question.
No question. And you believe what he says.
The yes movement was about him overcoming, but they were saying yes though, bro.
They still say yes now when he's not even in the company.
Can't be real. The only reason they wanted Daniel Bryan is because he was going against John Cena. Let's be honest.
That's it. That's the only reason why.
Come on.
That's the
Come
only.
on.
It's because they hating on Cena. You know it.
The anti-John Cena. Everything John Cena was,
yes,
Daniel Bryan wasn't. That's why they loved him. John Cena was clean cut. Good looking dude. Daniel Bryan, long hair.
Talk about it.
Kind of ugly.
Look like a mechanic. Look like the janitor in my high school.
You know what I'm saying? John Cena out here look like a model. Daniel Bryan look like a troll. It just is what it is.
That's big. It's what it is.
It just is what it is.
It was about him overcoming. Why the hell they still do it at AEW then? Why?
You guys care so little about Sami Zayn that we ask a question about him and you don't even talk about his ass.
I didn't even get to talk about him.
I tried to tell you.
Go Chef Cook. Go Chef Cook.
My bad, Chef. My bad, Chef.
Yo, DP was cooking.
No, with all them backhanded compliments he was giving my guy.
Yo, he was.
He's
was
amazing.
very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Because we were talking about Sammy, then he's like, "Let me go back to Seth." Yo, he ain't shit.
What I was simply saying is that the dude. It doesn't matter what his creative is. It doesn't matter where they place him. The dude is gonna shine through, and it takes fucking talent that makes him a superstar. That he's even better than I thought, and I thought the world of him. But it still doesn't change the fact that he's number 2. He ain't that one. You know who that one is. But hey, that's not for me to say. That's for you to say. Go ahead. I apologize. I'm just saying Seth Rollins is amazing.
thank you, I guess, because you did on a good note, even though you roasting my guy in between. It's like you give me a shit sandwich with something beautiful on the end. Like what are
Best
we
season you ever had in your damn life.
You got too much. Too much spice. Too much spice in the stew.
I apologize. I say he's amazing. He's exceptional.
He is a visionary. He is a revolutionary.
Describe him. He's this version Chris Jericho, except like the dude is crazy, does crazy work in the ring. Like
he does.
He's crazy.
Great worker.
He changes his character like Jericho changes his character. So I gotta give him credit. But like I said, never mind. I ain't gonna say it again. You know what I said.
I think the Sami Zayn issue is no different than the Cody issue 2 months ago, because before the Rumble, we didn't know what the hell was going on. He was in the Shinsuke thing. Maybe the common denominator is Shinsuke. I don't know. But
yeah,
right now, we're not sure what the plan is with Sami, what he's doing. Story. I mean, 2 months ago before the Rumble, we were wondering the same thing with Cody. Like, what is the plan? How do we get to Roman? There was no route. There was no clear path. We were all trying to figure out, he was fighting random people.
Yep.
'Cause after the Brock thing, it was like, well, what's his story now? He tends to fight people in threes, and then there wasn't anybody. So it's like he was kind of just hanging out, occasionally fighting the Judgment Day here and there, right? Like we didn't really know what was going on with him because we were getting into WrestleMania season and Rumble season. We're like, well, is he on the path for Roman? Because we didn't see it at the time. So I think with Sami, it's tough because it's so crowded at the top, right? Even with injuries, it's very, very top heavy. And while you've got, Gunther isn't relinquishing the belt. So that takes, he's not in a program with him. So you can't just throw him in that because it wouldn't make sense. Right.
Nope.
And they pretty much are kind of getting rid of this roster thing, but he hasn't really been on SmackDown to challenge anyone else for their mid-card belt. So it's like, what does he do? Like they separated, Kevin Owens and Sami for probably good reasons, right? And so
because you can't always have them attached to the hip. They have to be able to fly on their own. They have to.
Right now he's just going to be kind of here and there, like he's the buddy, he's Cody's buddy or he's Jay's buddy. So but now you see Jay's kind of rolling around with the New Day. So it's like he doesn't have a spot, and that's not a bad thing because we're in the season of having your main players being featured.
Very, very true.
So it's not anything to his fault. It's just he's coming off of not being really in the spotlight. So
that's well said, brother.
Right now he doesn't have anything. That doesn't mean he won't be in a featured match by SummerSlam. That won't mean he won't be facing like a Logan Paul or facing, it could be Seth again. Like we're not sure that Seth's going to lose this belt even after he gets a chamber opponent. So there's still room for him to have something down the way. It just might not be anything come April, and that's okay. And to the LA Knight point of it all, yes, he's not. I could even tell just by watching the show, it seems like they're not cheering for him in the same way that they did a year ago. And the LA Knight thing, however, has not really subsided at all. Like they're chanting super loud for that dude. Every time he's punching the dude, they're saying, yeah, every time he's still on a heater. There's still a rocket on his back, and they're going to have to figure out how to get him in WrestleMania. If he does,
in some capacity, if it's him versus Logan Paul, fine. That's fine. We won't complain.
No, not at all, because I think you need him there. I think the people still want to see him and do the chant, but still see him. I think
Can I ask you a question, Chef?
Go ahead.
Is Sami Zayn World Championship material?
No.
Great question.
Damn. I thought there was going to be a little bit of thought into that.
Yo, to your point, Chef. Listen, I want to erase the stigma that everyone seems to be presenting for the past 50 years that mid card is a bad.
Thank you. That's what I'm.
I get a little
shouldn't
tired.
be bad.
I get a little tired when someone goes, "He's a mid Carter." I would like to be at any Carter.
Shit.
If I was a
Pay me,
professional
baby.
wrestler, give me an 80 card.
Pay me, daddy.
Full disclosure. Ask Montez for the question. He wouldn't mind me saying this because he said it to me privately, but he wouldn't mind me saying this because it's actually a really good advice. Yo, Montez, how you feel about not always being on TV? I asked him random question. How you always feel about not being on TV at a certain? There was a certain lull when you and Dawkins wasn't on TV. He looked at me. He said, "Evan, I'm getting paid to do what I love with my wife." He goes. It's a TV show. He goes, they write certain things here, certain things there for me when they need me, and if they need me to come, he goes, I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate to do what I love to do when I can do it. He goes, don't let anybody out there tell you that that's a bad thing if I'm not on TV for a couple weeks.
And I don't mind that they're back there behind Bobby Lashley. They look great behind him.
Yeah, so like that. So what I'm trying to say is that's coming from the great Montez Ford, who I believe is championship material. Truly, I'm talking about heavyweight championship material. Because when we're talking about checking boxes, what the hell doesn't he check? He's handsome, he's in shape, he can wrestle, he can talk on the microphone, he has the energy, he's commercial, he can move merch, yada, 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 so on and so forth. He's a man of God, he's a former soldier, Semper Fi, yada, yada, yada. So he's so damn good, you got to come up with reasons why they shouldn't give him the title, and there's not many. So my point is, we got to erase this whole mid-card thing because there has to be someone on the mid-card. So there's this thing where someone turned that into like a diss for some reason.
Yeah, every time somebody loses, they're buried, or they, like. Now that we're not talking about what happened to Seth at the press conference, that was almost a damn near burial. But when you're good, we just said it. It's a cyclical business. It's a creative endeavor. You know, not every scene can feature every character in every movie and every TV show. So if you're good and you stand the test of time and you can ride the wave, I guarantee Triple H said, tonight, Seth, you have an opportunity to get all your heat back. Here's your skeleton. Go do it. And Seth did not stammer. He did not stutter. He looked Cody in the eye. He
took it, man.
And by the way, to the point about Chris Jericho, as good as Chris Jericho's career has been, I've never seen Chris Jericho do a promo that good, ever. I can't think
That's
of
saying
it.
a lot. Listen, Samoa Watchman, respect for the guys who wrestle on the main event. I grew up on WWE Superstar Saturday at Shotgun Saturday nights. He said, I would gladly be the main event champion. I'd run that show. Absolutely right. That's how you need to feel. We got that toxic wrestling culture. He's a mid-carder. Huh? Shit, man, give me United States title.
You know who else?
Man, give me the U.S. title.
How many people's favorite wrestler was an Intercontinental Champion? When they
that was my favorite title. It's still my favorite title. Still.
Who ain't love Razor Ramon?
Bro, my favorite title is still my favorite wrestler was Mr. Perfect for a reason.
Facts.
For a reason. He could never beat Bret Hart, but he was still my guy. He was still my guy.
Road Dogg said, I don't care where I am on the show. He goes, remember my damn segment. You know how excited I get every time R-Truth walks on the TV?
Exactly my point. So we gotta start erasing that stigma. So what I'm trying to say, that's why as much as he's moving the needle socially, Logan Paul has to come up out that title eventually because we got it. We got the point. I get it, but I'm not trying to be funny here. Like couple spots here, a couple pops here. That's not. I need a workhorse title. I need LA Knight to get that gold. I need him to get that gold. You can do the whole I'm a Hollywood guy BS if you want, but I just don't need you holding one of the small titles that they got there. Get that to LA Knight. He's an OG. He's a legitimate. No disrespect. Damn it, if Shawn Michaels was training me at the PC, I'd be in the ring wrestling. Like I'm not gonna give Logan Paul credit for being halfway decent. Do y'all understand? He's getting hands-on trading for the greatest wrestlers in the world. What the hell are we talking about right now?
So we just title's perfect for LA Knight right now.
We gotta come on now. We getting close to April. We gotta. All right, we good with the Logan Paul stuff, man. He don't got to be in the title picture, y'all. He don't got to be in the title picture, man. I gotta draw the line somewhere. He's had this thing way too much. He's wrestled twice in 4 months.
Yeah, we're past that point now where it's like, oh, he's actually athletic and a good wrestler.
We got it.
We got like 3 matches like that where we're like, oh, he's better than we thought in the ring. Okay, but now it's like
he better be. And
I don't even hate Logan Paul like that. But
I don't either. This is not a hate. The problem with this world is you can't criticize nobody without being a hater. Damn. I'm so tired.
Right there.
You're a hater. I go, not really. I'm not a hater because I want to see a wrestler with the title. He ain't no wrestler. He's a halfway decent podcast host. That's what he is. You need to come up out that. You need to come up out that title. There's too many good wrestlers on that card. We gotta come up out that title, bro. You gotta come up out that title, man. Every time I see that dude saunter up with that title, I just get tight. I'm like, all right, y'all. It's bad enough y'all let that dude pin the greatest luchador of all time. That's bad enough.
And the GOAT.
I got to draw the line somewhere. We have to reserve that title for people that really can move the storyline here. That an LA Knight or a Sami Zayn or a Kevin Owens or if you want to build up a young Braun Breaker or a Carmelo Hayes or an Austin Theory, like we gotta stop messing around. Let's stop messing around, guys. It's cute. Your little social clicks, it's cute, but stop acting like you really need that. Y'all didn't need no damn social clicks from Logan Paul. Y'all almost got 100 million subscribers on YouTube. Can we please stop? What we doing right now?
For the likes.
Because every time I say something, some asshole's like, social. I go, social? WWE's been ahead of social before anybody. They got 99.5 million viewers on subscribers on YouTube. This should not be the reason why you give this dude the title. Give him the interviews. I'm tired of seeing part-time people with legitimate titles though. We gotta stop this bullshit. We gotta stop that.
All of SmackDown aside from the women's champion is not there for the most part.
Man, listen.
Sexy ass Dwayne, baby.
Oh, look at you!
Like I was thinking about something when y'all were talking. Like, are they trying to do because of with the rosters and how everybody's going between the shows? Do you think they're gonna make like a major switch and try to have Roman Reigns primarily on Raw? That way you have him on Netflix. That way you can make sure you get the most bang for your buck when you have it shipped over in January. I know it's a little bit forward thinking, but
yeah, I believe when the Netflix deal happens, Roro gonna shift. I think Fox gonna lose him.
Yeah, well, it ain't even Fox because you gotta look at it. I think they're slowly making SmackDown into what it used to be because remember, it's moving to USA, so it's not going to be under the same umbrella and the same spotlight as broadcast television or on the Netflix. It's not going to be in as many households because that's the reason why Raw suffers a little bit on USA. It's not in as many households. It's automatically going to go down.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to USA.
It's going to be on a different day. Probably a drop from like 2.5 to like 1.2.
Then they're definitely losing Roman Reigns. Then they're definitely losing.
You know what I'm saying? And I think they're in the process of trying to get us used to not seeing people on Smack. You know what I'm saying? And making Raw bigger.
Yeah,
but
you still have network partners, and you can't get too cute though.
You
can't take everybody away now.
You're right because they're gonna be SmackDown's gone in October.
Where does the Netflix deal leave the YouTube snippets that go up? Because that is still where the majority of people watch. But now Netflix is behind a paywall. Is it? $5 billion commands a lot of power.
They said it will be commercial free though. Raw will be commercial free on the premium.
Right.
So my question is, are they going to put full segments on YouTube then when now you're paying to see Raw essentially as part of the package?
These are the questions that we don't have answers for, and like they all are valid. They're all valid because all of this could be on the table. Like I just want people to understand.
There's no Netflix snippets of like I can't watch that show. I just use it as an example. I can't watch like 10 minutes of you on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Big facts. I can't wait. I can't to see what they're gonna do, and see how they do things moving forward. But and to your point, Chef, your ultimate point being like this is the season where they got to tighten up the cards and tighten up the storylines and tighten up where they place who, even on a 2-night show. Because remember, Triple H, he's trying to tighten up the hours and stuff. He's trying to tighten stuff up. So he's trying to make the I think 3-hour shows. And so that means it's going to be even it's going to be even tighter. So you're right. I just think it's a product of bad timing. But I think that Jay's point is he just want to know where all these fans was at trying to get him to be the undisputed heavyweight champion. He want to know where they went. Where'd they go?
I don't know.
Same ones that was rooting for Ali to get over in the WWE, but that's neither here nor there.
Next question. Moving forward. I'm over here like. I remember when they were coming at me like. Remember when Sean Ross Sapp or whatever was like, "What are you talking about? We're behind Mustafa Ali." I said, "Yo, Sean Ross Sapp, where your shirt? Show me your shirt right now." Crickets. I ain't talking about Cricket Wireless. Show me your shirt.
We do SRS like that.
We're support. Because he was like, he goes like, this had a big moment. I go, where's your shirt?
He's the same one that says WWE executives call him. I say, you're full of shit.
Captain Planet.
I can't stand that kid.
What you mean they call you? They ain't calling nobody. They don't call nobody.
Let me tell you this, guys. I own WWE stock, and they don't give a shit about me.
He said, I'm a part of the company, baby. They don't give a man.
Listen, here we go.
No, I'm actually a part of this.
Jay put, is anything in AEW hot right now? ? The devil is dead. What on earth do you mean by that, sir?
Yeah,
the only thing that we even broached on this show was who's going to be the devil. Another one that I got right. The only damn thing that made any damn sense. And then here we are, but a month or two later, and that I don't even know if that faction still exists. The only thing I can think of that is remotely lukewarm is Swerve Strickland right now. But other than that, when you thrust him into a triple threat match, even though he beat Hangman twice and then had a draw. And now he doesn't even get a title shot, but you have Daniel Garcia gets a title shot for beating no one.
I told you they was going to Ricky Starks that man.
You
Yes, you did.
did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Chef created a verb. Action. Ricky Stark.
And we all knew exactly what he meant, didn't we?
Oh yeah. Chef better get that damn definition in Merriam-Webster.
I'm going to go
patent pending.
Yep. Yeah, Ricky Stark. Oh, don't get me started about Ricky Stark. Oh my God, why you do me like this?
Because they gave the belts to Sting and Darby.
Oh my God!
And and when I'm talking,
even Ricky Stark got Ricky Stark.
And here I go talking, but hey, and every time I talk, right, I'm talking about months and months and months ago, maybe even a year ago, when I already foretold this happening. What do I always get back from marks and people that think they know this business more than me? They always think they know more than me because they watch 50 hours of it. That don't mean you know more about the business than me. I said Ricky Starks is doomed.
And I don't even watch, and I told y'all what was going to happen.
It's because it's obvious. I said he's doomed. Why is he doomed? Because he's not one of Tony's guys. Period. It's just that simple. All the hours and hours and hours all these marks always watch, but they always miss the small details. Here goes the small detail. He ain't one of Tony's guys. Point blank, period. When you're not one of Tony's guys, you take L after L. Evan, you're wrong. How's FTR looking right now? How they looking?
Who? Where?
What?
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, because the Bucks are back.
Exactly. How's House of Black looking? How they looking? None of these people are Tony's people.
Yeah,
none of these people are Tony's people. Yeah. How's he looking? How's Miro looking? Wait, how's Andrade? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Andrade's cutting promos on Mondays.
In what language?
In English. Talk about
who's listening to the pod. It probably took him 17 hours, but it don't matter. He got it out.
Evan said I could be talking about your mama and you wouldn't know it. My boy. Boy, I didn't hear it correct. I heard it play back on the podcast. I was going to swerve my car to the damn post. I said, that boy, he said, he be talking about your mama and you didn't know. I said, oh, baby, he got spicy. Woo! I said, put the cayenne pepper away.
Oh God!
Put it away. I'm sorry.
Listen. Samoa Watchman. The grass is not always greener in the other junkyard. That's my thing, though. My answer is not always WWE. My answer is not this company. When I said the thing about Starks is I saw it a mile away. Ricky Starks should have been AEW champion last year.
Oh yeah.
He went toe to toe with MJF. I think he got the better of MJF. I think he's the only person in that company to get the better of MJF. Only person. The only person. You know how I know? Because he was prepared, because he thinks like I think. This is the moment where I have to get the better of him. So he probably prepared extra hard. He has not cut a promo before or since that good.
Man, Adam Copeland screwed that man on live television. And that after that happened, when
I will say this. Phil Brooks knew the value of Ricky Starks. He was cooking on Collision.
And Max and Ricky Starks are old friends. I think Max was like, this is your night right here. I'm serious.
You're right.
Yo, what up, Latika? What's good?
I think I said on the pod, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't matter what we think of Ricky Starks, because we think the world of him, but Tony Khan's telling us that he doesn't think anything of him, because he loses big match after big match after big match after big match.
Cody's guy.
And remember, he had to be the one to take the pin in the tag team championship
Thank you.
match.
Making my point. You're making my point. It's
Why
so
couldn't it be
obvious.
Big Bill? It doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
Every time he gets any type of heat, any type of momentum going, they nip him in the bud. And I'm normally the diplomatic one when it comes to AEW, but there ain't no answers for this garbagio that they giving to us. Don't understand it. It's just something that you have to deal with if you want to talk about AEW and be able to have a conversation about it, because there are decent things, but just because they're decent doesn't mean they're very good. And their issue is that they're pitting their stars against nobodies, and there's nobody to work up to.
And that's the point, DP, right there. That's the point.
And the biggest part is that they took Max off of TV, and they had nobody to replace Max, and nobody's thinking about Adam Cole. And why did Samoa Joe do what he did with the Devil? It's all confusing, except when the WWE does confuse and they build on it, they feed into it, they lead into it. It's like AEW saw it, and it's like, well, fuck it, we don't care. We'll just let it ride. It doesn't make sense. There's no story behind it.
Full circle moment, to go back with the devil thing. The devil thing didn't hit. You know why? Because two of the people in the central story, Thanos and Iron Man, are hurt. How we having Avengers Endgame without Thanos and Iron Man? MJF hurt. Adam Cole hurt. That was the devil storyline. Do y'all have any idea how fundamentally flawed that is? You can't have the storyline. It doesn't exist. That's the arc. Lord have mercy on my soul. To answer Jay's question,
two people that weren't gonna be there, a whole main event, how long was the story? 6, 7, 8 months? For what? What type of conclusion? For a Soprano conclusion? Damn.
For somebody with a torn labrum and someone with a broke foot stepping off a stage.
You know, another thing is that, sorry, Jeremy. I love you, Jeremy. You're my brother. I don't mean to do this to you. But the biggest thing is that your champion lost to CM Punk, who couldn't even hack it in the WWE. What's that say about your company?
And the thing about it is, like I said, when it comes to this promotion, don't ever want it to go under, because it's giving a lot of people a lot of jobs and a lot of opportunity to showcase their ability and be able to live out their dream. That's never what this is about. However, like I told you, there's a finite amount of time that I have in a day, and the finite amount of time I have hours in the week. I am not pulling up to your programming for tomfoolery. I am not pulling up to your program for half-ass booking and incoherent storylines. I'm not wasting my time. I'm getting older. As the seconds go by, every single time I turn around, there's another gray hair popping up on my head, and more, and my head thin at the top. So as that happens, I am not going to waste my time with you dicking around with people that are, Lord have mercy. Oh my God. You got Orange Cassidy not taking a pinfall, and Ricky Starks is 6 of him.
Oh, heaven.
6 Orange Cassidys equal 1 Ricky Stark. 6. If they cloned him 5 more times, like multiplicity, Ricky Stark's one of them be better.
He just got so much style to him. How could you let somebody with that much
swag,
style,
goo,
swag, flamboyance, just plain fly. The boy don't even walk; he levitates.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Put that to the side.
He's not the guy. He's not one of his homies. Samoa Watchman goes a step further. He said, I say 6.5 Orange Cassidy's. How about it?
And then you got
6.5.
You got Bryan Danielson over in New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW just spitting in people's face like COVID didn't exist. What the hell are you doing, yo nasty ass? Quit spitting on people. It's just nasty, bro. And his breath probably stink too. That's probably some
Yo, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. You can't say his breath smell bad. You don't know.
Man, he in the middle of a match. It's late at night, man. He ain't had no gum in his mouth. If he ain't had no gum in his mouth, he grown. You know what time it is. You know, he probably ate something before he had a match. You know, protein shake. You know, he eat veggies. You know, that ain't the nicest smelling shit.
So listen. The big business announcement happened. All signs point to Miss Money Monet, Will Ospreay, and Kazuchika Okada. Chef,
I told you they had to come in
this
big dog.
matter? Does this matter in the grand scheme of things? Because at the end of the day, network deals must be signed. Revenue must be generated. 890,000 people a week ain't cutting the mustard. I don't care how many billions you have. There's people in this world that have more money than Tony Khan. So everyone keeps talking about money. I ain't stop counting this dude's pockets. There's much more important things here. Network deal and stuff like that. Does this move the needle? Because Miss Mercedes she thinks very highly of herself. But I'm here to tell her, the reason why she is regarded as one of the all-time greats is because of those 3 other women she came up with. She has to know that. She has to know that, but I don't think she does. She really thinks she can lift that division. What say you?
I don't know if she can save the division, let alone the company. I think it's a good pop for them, and it is good business for them. But the other problem is you're bringing in these other 2 guys at the exact same time, and then it's going to be counterproductive to have 2 premieres by these guys and bringing them into an already crowded division of, we just talked about everybody getting buried, and you're going to debut Okada and Ospreay at the same time. Like, what are we doing? They don't have it figured out. They don't
clip that, Dylan.
You can clip all of this. None of this makes sense.
I was talking about Evan's look.
That too, because right now AEW is out here as if they're all a bunch of kids on the playground with nobody watching them, and they taking the ball off the tetherball court. They're playing Foursquare with
we about
no
to get
ball.
the ether beat.
Right. They out here just acting a fool as if there's no supervision. There's nobody pulling them aside and saying, listen, Johnny, you can't do that to her. Like you just said, Daniel Bryan out here spitting on people. That gets you put in detention. Like they treating.
Did he brush his teeth first? That's all I want to know.
It's like daycare. Like Tony Khan is like, he thinks he's the camp counselor, but he's one of the campers. Like, what are we? I don't have any other analogies to help me, really hit this point. They're bringing in people constantly, right? And you get the announcement, and you get the first night pop. We've talked about this with many of these guys. Adam Copeland showed up and immediately had matches with Christian that didn't matter, that weren't on pay-per-views for what?
Bruh.
Right? And then it's like, well, what do you do then? Because you've already done Edge and Christian. That should have been,
and they screwed that up. Don't get me started.
And they screwed that up too.
Don't get me started. Y'all had one damn job.
One job. Well, right.
I'm sorry, Chef. I apologize. Go finish.
I know.
You triggered me right there. They had one damn job. And then how you mess it up twice, man? You mess it up twice. Matter of fact, they messed it up 2.5 times because they let Edge win and you got it right. And you said, well, let's fuck it up. Then you're going to let them come on. What we doing?
This energy is the energy I'm talking about.
I try so hard to invest my time, but it's difficult when the shit doesn't make sense sometimes. And my brother's like, you got to make sure you're watching it, this, and the third. It shouldn't be that hard.
I am watching it.
That's why I got frustrated in the beginning of the press conference because it was confusing and it was lazy and it was sloppy. But like I said in the chat, hell, I like a nice sloppy Joe sandwich if you make it right.
If you make it right, I like hamburger helper if you make it right.
It up. We had to let it give time. That's why it was a good thing it happened on a Thursday and we can hop on a Friday.
They will never.
They
will never have a pop or a social media impression bigger than Phil Brooks. And they're about to bring out 3 people. They're about to bring out 3 people. What I'm trying to say is I can tell you for a fact, because I will check the numbers, it'll never be as big as that moment where Cult of Personality hits. Evan, what's your point? He ain't there no more. That's my point. Mm-hmm. Number 1. Number 2 is if that's the biggest they'll be, what are we doing here?
Man.
Because Will Ospreay, as much as y'all think he's him, he ain't.
No, well, he
he almost killed Kenny Omega. He almost killed Kenny Omega. You can't. I'm on the best wrestler in the world. Hey.
Excuse the fuck out of you, bruv. I'm one of the best you've ever seen, Mike.
Yeah. Well, guess what, bruv? You ain't doing shit over there. Promise.
My boy.
Boy.
Look, they got if they were going to hit, this is the time to hit. I'm hoping they make a difference for Mercedes Monet's sake and that company's survival. Because if this doesn't hit, you get the biggest catch, and I mean the biggest catch. You snatched her away from WWE. Probably paid double what they was off.
I guarantee you they overpaid. Guarantee you.
I'm not thinking. I'm not so sure that those $5 million a year for 5 years, $25 million sounds about right.
WWE they're richer than they've ever been. So all these people in these streets talking about, they fumbled the. I go, what? I go, they can get anybody they want for any price they want. Are you out of your mind?
And it's
all the shit I'm talking right now about how they let me go. I go back tomorrow. They can get me.
Shit, he'll go back after this show. Let him tell it.
What the hell we talking about?
They got a contract for you.
So that's very cute that everyone thought they couldn't get her. What? That's cute. That's cute. They just looked at what she was probably demanding, and they looked at their roster, and they go, "Oh, we good." That's what they did. They said we good.
They don't have any equity to
Will Ospreay. Hey, Will Ospreay. Hey, Will. When you get done with your career, and we start running down your matches, and you ain't never had a match against Roman, you ain't never had a match against Randy Orton, you ain't never had a match against, if he comes back, Brock Lesnar, you ain't never had a match against all-time greats at the grandest stage of them all, we'll look back on your career as a halfway decent wrestler at a promotion. That's all we'll do. Your legacy will not be cemented as an all-time great. I am a firm believer in you cannot be the best unless you wrestle or play the best. How? How is it possible? On any level in any sport, you're not the best. How the hell can you be the best when you have not faced the best? That don't even make sense. Oh, Evan, what are you trying to say? Oh, the best are in Connecticut.
Yes.
The hell you mean?
Their biggest fumble with anybody was Wardlow, because I think if they do what they were supposed to do with Wardlow,
he was the next Goldberg.
Dude, I'm trying to tell you, dude, that's where they screwed up. If Wardlow would have been done right, I understand we all love MJF, but at that point in time, MJF wasn't where he needed to be. Wardlow had all the momentum behind him. He was white hot. Dude, he didn't even have any music, and they were loving him, man. And then they fumbled the bag. And they didn't just fumble the bag because they fumbled the bag in both ways. And then they didn't give Wardlow a proper program when MJF had the title. And then you turn MJF babyface, and then you make him Adam Cole's flunky. And then Adam Cole said, "You're going to win the title. I'm going to take the title from or you even here anymore, bro." What Bianca Belair say? You don't belong here.
And he over here tweaking his knee on some flippy dippy bum in the ring.
Dude, it doesn't
Commander.
make sense.
Man, get the Ain't no dude named Commander ever getting over in any promotion, man.
Man,
Over here
perfect
tweaking your leg.
Of what they keep doing wrong.
Mark
Where's
Henry said he
Keith
jumped over the rope.
Yeah,
and his
where's
knee
see
hit
exactly?
the wall
Where's Keith
and it
Lee?
cracked.
Where's Keith Lee?
Oh
'Cause-
man!
And I'm gonna tell you the thing about Keith Lee. He when the word gets out, you're difficult. When are we gonna start believing it though? When are we gonna start believing that he is a malcontent? When?
In the ring, he is not.
But you know what I'm trying to say is, if you in the back rubbing people the wrong way, I told you I don't agree with how wrestling culture is. I seen it. It is a very toxic environment. The way they make people be conniving and sneaky and lie. Trust me, I was at a small part of it, and they were doing that where I was working. It's this culture they've built. And Keith Lee's not the type to play the game like that, nor was I. Hence the reason why I got let go. Sidebar on another reason why I got let go. I heard them on the IFB talking one time. See, they pushed the wrong button. Full disclosure real quick, guys. When people are like, you got let go. This is wild. I'm listening to the IFB. Someone pushed the wrong button. I was too big for the wrestlers. And somebody on the IFB goes, he's too big. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get fired from here. I said, I ain't got long. As soon as I heard that, I said, oh, I ain't got long. because if you watch the show and you see me sitting down on them, like they always want everyone smaller. Even Kayla's barefoot. She's always barefoot. People don't know that. They make her even smaller, and she's tiny. What I'm trying to say is I didn't know the game or how to play the game. The deck was already stacked against me as soon as I got in there. Keith Lee's the type of guy. Dog. Can't get shorter, fam. Y'all know? I could have swore I walked into the audition 6'5", but that's okay. But that's neither here nor there. So like when you see someone like Keith Lee, he doesn't play the game. I'm telling you, to answer your question, Chef, he's not playing the game the way he's supposed to be. He ain't kissing nobody's ass. He ain't greasing the wheels. He just wants to wrestle. He just wants to wrestle, and that's just not good enough. Sounds crazy, right? It is crazy. And if anybody thinks I'm wrong, where is he? Where is he?
Bro, that brother dyed his hair gray, and he was out of there. I ain't seen dude since. The dude stopped attacking with the natural Dustin Rhodes. I don't know what Dustin Rhodes.
If I'm wrong, why is he not? If I'm wrong, why is Miro not out there? Why? Because he's another guy that don't take no shit. He doesn't play the game. He doesn't play the game.
Remember when they gave Hobbs a title for like
so amazing.
A day?
Who?
Powerhouse Hobbs. Yeah, who?
I don't know who you're speaking of. These used to be wrestlers I knew. Hey, yo, I said it before and I said it again. I said it 12 months ago. Hey, yo, Ricky Starks, come on to the E, baby. You got friends over there.
And they let you work out with Jade and Cody and all that stuff.
Jade Cargill over there. Cody's over there. Listen. You get some promos in. You'll get a little feud with Sammy, a little feud with The Miz, a little feud with LA Knight. Yo, pull up.
You're going to have to eat a little bit. You're going to have to eat a little bit. Get a little bigger, you know.
He need a couple more bricks in his back pocket.
What Unc say, get shredded like tax returns. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
We'll be all right.
Before we wrap this thing up, yo, James, any thoughts? We running over. I got to do it next week. But Jay, any thoughts on all the shit we've been saying?
It's AEW could serve as an alternative. It's like the reason it never fails. AEW's highest rated show was the first Dynamite ever made. That's not a good sign for business. No one has been hot. No one is more over now than they were the day they walked into that company. Edge has done nothing. Christian is still good. Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan debuted on the same night to more fanfare, more pageantry, more of a pop, more over than they have ever been in the company since. MJF is one of my favorite wrestlers in the entire world. They absolutely fumbled the bag with Wardlow so egregiously, and I have no hope that they'll continue to do anything on the right track. It took Samoa Joe 30 minutes to beat Hook.
Preposterous. It took Wardlow 15 or 20 minutes to beat Commander when he was squashing people. He squashed MJF. Guys, you know that doesn't make sense, right?
All of a
He
sudden,
squashed MJF, and he's having a problem with Commander. Evan, what's your point? The match lasted too long, and he hurt his knee. That's my point.
Exactly.
In and out. What the hell is Commander gonna do? He's not moving the needle. In, out. Powerbomb Symphony 1, 2, 3. What the hell are we doing here?
Nothing.
Wasting great moves on wasteful matches.
Flippy, dippy, trippy, zippy bullshit.
Break that shit out and all out, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, you can do that still!"
Whoopee, ding ding.
God.
I just went to a Cirque du Soleil a few weeks ago. They can flip too, much better.
Freaking, we were just anyone who just watched Hangman and Swerve Strickland. They're the best two big, other than Samoa Joe. They're the two biggest stars you got, and Swerve damn near killed Hangman and didn't even go for a cover.
Didn't go for a cover. Almost murdered him.
A dead eye or whatever.
Dead eye through a table. Didn't go for a pin. See, that's Spot Fest BS. That's Spot Fest nonsense.
Jim Cornette says in the and again it's Jim Cornette, so I don't agree with everything he says, but he's like in the 70s or 80s, he's like that would put a talent out of a territory for 3 months.
For weeks.
In an injury angle.
2 months. Dude came back with a neck brace.
That dude did a dead eye. Came back in the ring, and Hangman was fine.
Hangman was up before him.
Yep.
Okay.
Shit was wild, man.
Y'all go ahead, man. Somewhere
in that 45 minutes was a really good match. If you carve out a whole bunch of bullshit, there's artistry in there. Somewhere in there is a really, really good match by two really talented guys. And they're like, we don't have writers. We have full autonomy. I'm like, you need a buffer.
Stop saying that out loud. Stop saying that out loud. That is not something to beat your chest about.
I got a call from the WWE and I said I was never going back.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah. All right, good for you, bro.
All right,
you missing out on bread.
You like that's not something you say out loud. That's not cute. If I told you if the E called me tomorrow, I'd be like, yo, let me pull up.
And then I told them folks after we get off the podcast, they got a contract, your ass out of here.
Oh, yeah, I'm still doing this podcast. That'd be one of my stipulations.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Since y'all stealing our ideas.
Yeah, we're taking that shit. Now keep taking it. Just give your boy some credit.
That's it. Credit. Yo, we done, man. This show's over. Yo, Chef, any final thoughts? If not, put yourself over, brother.
Oof. Oh man, it's good to be able to release on this podcast. It feels like
some woosah
things. We get some things off our chest on this podcast once a week, and it's a good way to be able to look at you gentlemen and say some things,
my boys,
and disagree every once in a while. And you know, it's all in the fun of wrestling. So just. Check us out, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff for the podcast. Give us a rating, give us a review, tell us that we suck, tell us we're good, whatever.
Something.
Interact more. Any interaction is better than no interaction, So just with me personally, just all the socials, the Chef Justin, everybody's favorite chef, even if I don't get to cook for y'all. I'm out here in the streets grinding.
Apparently,
watching wrestling except for AEW.
Spicy. I don't even know why I did not really know that until right now. I must have not heard you. Damn.
Only the big matches.
It's not. They don't. It's not worth my.
Your time is precious. That's a real. I'm not playing, man. That's a real thing, bro. That's your time is precious. You don't just get to. There's levels to markdom. I've always said that about anything. I don't care if you like Star Trek, Star Wars. There's levels. There's some people that are way up here. I'm right below. I go. You don't just get me to watch something because it's wrestling.
Once I can go on the internet and watch something for free, I don't really have to make time to go watch something that's not worth my time. If
don't. 2 hours?
YouTube, right. If I could just go to YouTube and see clips of what I need to know from Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm Gucci.
I'm good.
Good. That's all you need.
DP, final thoughts. If not, put yourself over, brother.
Man, first thought, y'all my guys. 4 Horsemen of Wrestling. Like we said last week, you take your ass, and I know y'all enjoyed this. Subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend. We got the best thing smoking in the professional wrestling business, and we growing. Merch moving, main eventing, and getting over, brother.
I'm making that shirt, by the way. I am making that
coming.
Shirt.
Yeah.
I swear, it's gonna have us on the back. It's gonna have that on the front, and then DPJR, JLC, Chef Justin, Mac. You watch. It's pulling up.
Yes. Man, hey, I'm glad the WWE made me a nice sloppy Joe sandwich because that shit was sloppy, but it was tasty, and I'll enjoy it because I was entertained. Hey, Dwayne Johnson, Jay Uso smacked Gunther better than he smacked Cody Rhodes. He smacked the shit out of Gunther last night. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you got to smack Cody. Yo, Dwayne, you got to smack him, bro.
You got to smack him, bro. That was like Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. Cody sold the shit out of that. He didn't even smack him that hard. I'm like, Cody, come on now.
Dwayne, you got to smack him, man, with that big
smack
old
Samoan
to the
ground. Power slap. You
got to give him a Maui slap. You got to slap him like Maui would slap him.
That's what I'm talking about. Shout out Moana 2 coming out soon.
Damn right.
You're welcome. But
come follow your boy on Instagram, DJ21188.
Man, you gotta shorten that shit, man.
I know.
It's like he got one of the old Hotmail emails.
I'm so sick. I am so sick of your handle. I'm sick of your handle, man.
I'm gonna fix it.
Handle got 20 characters.
DPJ 211 183 369 Austin 316.
The Chef Justin T.
But his is but it's easy to remember. The Chef Justin T.
Because that's my birthday.
I don't give a damn. That shit is
what you're saying. Anyway, let's go. Anyway. Sidetrack. This is what makes this show phenomenal. We get sidetracked on the outro, baby. This is what we do, how we do it, and the way that we do it. That's a
I get pissed because I can't find you when I'm tagging you. Sometimes I can't find your shit. I go, don't we follow each other?
I know. I'm gonna change it.
I'm literally like trying to. I go, why can't I at this dude? It's like DPJR-456 / live long and prosper NCAA 2014. I
go, Game Breaker 06. You know what I'm saying?
NBA Jam -45. I go, what the hell is that?
He's on fire. That was Chef when he was talking about AEW. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, he might get an ether. You never know. If he was, I might. You never know. Ether might be lurking.
Remember,
JMC, man. Final thoughts. If not,
your boy
put yourself over. Oh, don't apologize now.
Shout out to the single greatest human being in the history of Western civilization and quite possibly the universe, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm sorry, these smirks are good names.
Yeah.
I ate my fair share of chicken nuggets. Some remain intact for other activities.
You did leave a couple times. Did you do what I think? You turned them some bitch sideways?
Yeah, see, that's what I was doing. Yeah, I'm a man of my word.
Did you wipe?
Yeah, that's between me. That's between me and The Rock.
I love y'all so much.
Hey, real quick though, shout out to Andy Reid and the newest, second greatest quarterback in the history of all athletics.
Number two in record time. Number 2 in record time.
And let's be honest, if you guys, I don't know if DP and Chef know my lineage, but Tom Brady is my personal life hero other than Dwayne Johnson. Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback to ever live. It's not even remotely close.
Not even close.
Whether his business acumen and everything else and becomes a caliber teammate that Tom Brady did remains to be seen. He's not there yet, guys, but he's in the conversation and he has kicked the door wide open. And that kid is absolutely special. And to have the family that he has and has the weird ass brother and weird wife and dad who is a professional athlete and doesn't know how to conduct himself, and to be the type of person he is. I'm in Kansas City a lot, and to set the example he sets in the community. He's nice to people at our golf courses. He never gets in trouble himself, and that kid is a special human being, and I never liked him. I was never a fan of his for years, but there becomes a time when it's just there's irrational hate because you don't want to see him catch somebody that you admire's records, and then you got to tip your hat.
Tip the cap.
To Dwayne The Rock Johnson, I tip my cap. You are back and better than ever. Eric Bischoff style. And to Patrick Mahomes, damn, dude, slow down a little bit. Let everybody else in the league catch up.
Better than ever.
Patty cake, bakers, man, bake me a cake as fast as you can. That's what I call them. I call them old patty cake because it makes me smile when I do. 28 years old. If Lord willing, you might have to deal with this hater for 12 more years.
I don't like
You might have to deal with this.
5.
You might have to deal with this hater for 12 more years. We could be talking about 10 Super Bowls. You know what else we could be talking about? He about to get another. He about to get another contract. And I say this because young Patrick Mahomes had the best defense he's ever brought with the worst offense. So what I'm trying to say is
2 Super Bowls since Tyreek Hill.
That's number 2. So he brought the worst offense he's ever brought. And won. Evan, what's your point? My point is they gonna go back to the draft again, and they gonna get more people, and they gonna start restructuring. They got Chris Jones locked in because he, to me, is actually the MVP of that game because he game wrecked 2 Brock Purdy touchdowns
and the winning touchdown.
All Brock had to do was throw it to IU.
But Chris Jones says nay.
Nope.
PAW the belt God says number 3, and you can kick rocks because I'm about to sign off. PAW, you got 5 seconds to tell me who's number 2. If he's not number 2, who is it? And 28 years old, still has Andy Reid. He's not going anywhere.
He ain't going
Eric
nowhere.
Bieniemy's coming back. Oh
Coming
my
back.
God!
They might get a beige brother in Mike Evans. You know they.
Hey yo,
looking for a wide
Washington. Hey yo,
receiver.
Washington. You're gonna rue the day. You're gonna rue the day you didn't give Eric Bieniemy that job because he's about to go back to Kansas
Except
City.
you're gonna have to deal with us, bro. You have to deal with us.
Hey yo, here goes. So let me put the word out. The word out to all these so-called great quarterbacks. Hey yo, Joe Burrow.
Get your shit together.
Thank you. Josh Allen, Lamar
Get your
Jackson.
shit together.
Straight up.
Y'all.
Justin
Get your game
Herbert.
up. Quit
Justin
choking.
Herbert. Get your shit together because I'm telling you,
Deshaun,
the kid,
all of them.
Deshaun, get your weight up. Listen, the kid's only been hurt one time, and it was on a quarterback sneak. He ain't been hurt since.
Ain't been hurt since Kyle. I can't hold a lead if my ass depended on it. Shanahan
Let me tell you something,
always
y'all.
blowing leads. Go
Let me
back
tell
and
you
look at
something.
dude history. Dude can't keep a lead. Dude
Hey.
can't keep a lead like a porn star can't keep clothes on. Whoa,
Listen.
who has a bar? Write it down.
AFC, you've been put on notice once again. Travis Kelce's coming back for the three-peat. This is things I will say before we get off here. This is Travis Kelce's last year, especially if they win it again. He's done. He's winding down. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Is the 2 fastest first ballot Hall of Famers I've seen in my entire life watching football is Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. I've never seen a faster. I think Patrick Mahomes was a Hall of Famer after his first Super Bowl. Seriously. After his first Super Bowl, he was that good, that fast. Travis Kelce, first ballot Hall of Famer, best tight end I've ever seen in my life, and he's done. So that's the only. He said, "I thought you meant titles." Oh no, I meant quarterback. When I said number 2, I meant quarterback. Don't pussyfoot now, PA Dub.
And listen to me.
Ev said he had to do it. Ev said if he did it this time, no questions asked, especially if the way that he did
Number
it,
2.
the way that he did it. And the only thing holding him back from Tom Brady at this point in time is time. Unfortunately, Tom Brady, you cannot question his career. I mean, he did what LeBron did, but better. He went to 10 Super Bowls, but won 7. LeBron went
70% win percentage.
4. That's crazy. That's crazy. But Pat Mahomes got him at 75. Pat Mahomes is what? 15-3 in the playoffs. Ungodly. 80%.
Ungodly.
Dude doesn't lose. I mean, and I'm not gonna hold against him. I'm not gonna hold against him the fact he didn't beat Brady because Brady didn't beat Eli, and ain't nobody out here saying Eli better than Tom Brady. So I ain't gonna hold it against him like everybody.
But they are comparing those two, though. They're comparing those two.
Yeah. Okay, you gotta look at head-to-head matchups. But at the end of the day, if Chris Jones or D4 wasn't lined off sides, they won
Don't
the game.
get me started on that.
Just saying.
There's always
Shit
something
happens.
you can say, but let me tell you guys this: the gap between Tom and Pat is closer than the gap
Pat
between
everybody
Pat.
else.
Yes.
And
Yeah. That's a perfect analogy because I won't say he's greater than Tom Brady. Evan's like, you feel it? No,
can't say that
because I think he's
Not yet.
better. I think he's better. In my heart, in my mind, I haven't seen anybody play football, throw a ball. I don't give a fuck if it's bowling ball, golf ball, basketball, baseball. Anybody throw a ball like this young man. But he has to accrue the accolades, and he has to be able to make it some more Super Bowls.
That's what
because we all agree that he has the greatest
28 years old, Chef.
Dude, it's crazy.
This dude is under 30. He's under 30 years old.
And the gap between Tom, we're talking all time, but the gap between Pat and Tom is also closer than the gap between Pat and the rest of the quarterbacks in the league right now.
It's just crazy how good, because everybody on was watching that game and said, Pat got this. And nobody felt that way since Tom Brady.
Listen, this is what we're talking about here. This is because Shanahan didn't have the stones on 4th and 4. That's all we're talking about right now.
I told you, dude.
It's 4th and 4. It's 4th and 4. You settled for a field goal. You gave the ball to Patrick Mahomes to go for a touchdown. He got a touchdown. He went 8 for 8 on that drive. You got to go for it on 4th and 4. He lost faith in Brock Purdy. He'll never tell me anything else. 4th and 4 for the Super Bowl. I'm rolling. We're rolling.
They got to go the whole field anyway.
We're rolling. So that's one of my main takeaways. But listen, I already said it. I'm so tired of y'all. I'm so tired of these haters out here. Listen, hey, AFC quarterbacks, y'all all good? Y'all been put on notice. I am so sick and tired of everyone talking about so-and-so is elite. Y'all just let this dude take his worst offense to a Super Bowl. What we doing here, man? What he go through? He went through Miami, Buffalo, and Baltimore?
Man, there's one quarterback on earth that I would say that would have a shot if given the right weapons. It's because I've seen him win the Super Bowl lately, and that's Matt Stafford, because he's a gunslinger himself, but it's not.
I love Matt Stafford, man.
Good, but I'm just saying he got the stones to look him in the eye and to go blow for blow with him. And 4 for 4. You got to go for it. You got to go for it. I knew when it was over when you do.
I see, he just settled for a field goal. Shit.
Why was he so scared? I don't understand why, dude. Why are you terrified of Andy Reid? Andy Reid owns that man. You can't beat Andy Reid. He owns that man. Kyle and Andrew Shanahan. His middle name is Andrew because he owns his ass. Might be Kyle Reid. I don't even want to call him Shanahan no more because his daddy knows how to win.
Damn. On that note, this has been the Kick Rocks Wrestling Marvel Cinematic Universe and Football Podcast. You ain't kidding.
Now I meant every word until you come try to hire you, boy. Then I'll take everything back.
Show's over, man. Shut the hell up.